you think I got shot? If you don't do it this way, you can't do that. No cap, real rap. So them said to me I grow my crap. I'ma not take back the chat. Them no know. The reaping of my soul. Them no know. And them help me to grow. All the negativity, it cannot come.
What it do, y'all?
It can't conquer me. I drew me soon and I'm a mind. And the type of time divine. You're the enemy, no like scripture. So me I go sing some 23 for. It's true. The valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Hear no evil, see no evil. Hear no evil.
Yeah, just give them a chance to get on in. This your boy Pops. We about to get live. We got a good one for you tonight. I mean, they all good. Yes, sir. Little high vibes, Coolie Baby, I Pinky in the building. Big up yourself.
People them rough and energy close, but they can't talk to me, can't measure up. I bite like a ton, you light up. The battle already won, God. Holy Spirit and Son, yeah. The low vibration and of contamination. Go find the next fight when I just for the occasion. We increase in high vibes in this and the next life.
Yeah.
We increase in high vibes in this and the next life.
Vibes.
Good evening. Do not attempt to adjust.
We do not own the rights to this music.
We have taken control as to bring you this special show.
We will return it to you as soon as you are groomed.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a strong rhyme to step to.
Think of how many week shows you slept through. Time's up. Sorry I kept you.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This Pops. I just wanted to pop in real quick. Hey, play on words. Pops and Pop Gems. You know, coming up, we got Pop's perspective.
Let's tell you what it is, tell you what it ain't. Giving you the real, we don't never do the fake. Life is a gift, but sometimes you need guidance. Pop's perspective, always perfect timing. All that alignment. Yeah, he gon' drop them gems.
Pop's Gems.
You know he really him. It's something about his confidence that let you know he hadn't said.
You don't want to miss. Don't beat me there, beat me up. Pop's Perspective, Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, girls and boys, and ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Pops. What it do? I'm in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Here we go. Nevertheless, I want to welcome you to another wonderful Monday evening. And the birds are chirping, the sun was shining. They said it was going to rain, but you know, that's how Florida is. Nevertheless, we want to welcome you to another show. Got a good one for you tonight. I know some of y'all just dragging your feet getting in here. That's okay. You can always watch the playback. Before we go any further, first and foremost, you know we got to give a shout out to God. Without him, none of this would be possible. He is the author and finisher of our faith. And without him, I wouldn't have the ability to come on every week and do what he has told me to do. Nevertheless, so thank God for that. Exotic Pops, you know, let me see here. Oh, you already know. Shout out to Exotic Pops. They have a couple different locations. If you want to see them, I'm sorry. Talking to somebody there. When you want to see them, you can go catch them at Poppin' Snacks, 4119 South OBT. They're at 44 County Road 19A out in Mount Dora. And then they have the Colonial, 5311 East Colonial at Dr. Poppin' Shakes. So definitely you want to support your Exotic Pops. Shout out to Notorious True, Lefty _ Global. Got to promote network, support my brothers in the struggle. And then of course, my launching pad, my what they call my home, the B&B crew. They come on every Tuesday night. Want to definitely support them. Say shout out to them. They come on Tuesday. Shout out to Notorious True once again and Nate Bella. Hats off to them every Tuesday night. And they have super artists, good topics. And you know what? I was just saying that, and I know y'all probably watch it later, but if you're not tuned in now, man, it's been a year already. It seems like just yesterday we was talking about Cinco de Mayo. And here we go, another Cinco de Mayo. Oh, well, it is another year. A trip around the sun, as they say. But the B&B crew, catch them here on Tuesday nights. And shout out to them. Also, the Safe House 3 on Spotify, BMAC, Lefty _ Global Peanut. You catch them Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Definitely want to say a shout out to them. So there's a lot of stuff going on. You know, if you can't say you don't have information, you don't have things to listen to, because we are definitely out there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We taking over the whole week. That's right. Also, shout out to my son, changing the perspective. He has his new one POV, point of view, with Seasons, and you got to follow him. Check him out. It's definitely a vibe. Also, he has his own apparel, Create the Panic, Change the Perspective, at All Seasons Shop. So you want to check him out. Jay Iris, of course, always good to have another talented member of the family. You hear his track every now and again. Just, you know, giving flowers while flowers are meant to be given. And then, of course, tonight, and it ties in with my guest, we have a new sponsor, Clear Minds, for all your mental health needs. And definitely you need to keep your mental. Nowadays, it's more and more important that you keep your mental intact, because it's more of a psychological attack than it is a physical attack, as they say. So we want to send a shout out to Miss Brooke Bishop with Clear Minds. I'll get her information later. If you need somebody to talk to about some things, and you know, it's it's okay to seek help. It's a poor person that doesn't want the help. That's the problem, when you don't want the help and the help is available. So if you have anything dealing with that, you want to reach out to her. And again, at Clear Minds, thank you for that. And then, of course, I couldn't do it without you, and you, all of my gemologists. I want to thank you so much, week after week, whether you watch a show live or whether you tune in at a later date and you watch it on YouTube, which you can see us. We are at YouTube, at Pops Gems on YouTube. All the shows that we do, just put in at Pops Gems, and those shows will pop up, and you'll be able to see them. Okay, all right. So tonight we got some stuff going on. I wanted to change up a couple things because for those of you that don't know, tonight is May is what they call Mental Health Month. Mental Health Month, and so you definitely don't want to miss Mental Health Month. Again, we are in a season now where you definitely need to keep your mental intact, stay sharp on your game. And I've always been an advocate for self-knowledge and self-help. And what I mean by self-help is not helping yourself, but helping yourself, if you know what I mean. Not that you can do it, but that you want to do it, and so you'll reach out and seek the help. So it's definitely important. And then, of course, before it's all over, am I my brother's keeper? So, a long time ago when we started this adventure, I always came out with, am I my brother's keeper? There's somebody that's run through your mind throughout the day. They've been on your mind even maybe longer than today, and you just want to send them some positive energy. And so at this time, we want to go ahead and give them, 10 seconds. I want you to think of that one person, and I want you to send them some positive energy, and then we will continue on. All right, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So now we have Caesars in the building. We are elated for tonight. Now I wanted to do something, and I'm just waiting for her to come in. She'll be in a minute. I wanted to do something, like I said, May is Mental Health Month, and so a good friend of mine, her name, she's been on the show before. She's no stranger to y'all, but she's a mental health counselor. And so what she's going to do is she's going to come in and she's going to give some tidbits, some help on mental health, some things that you may already know, and that's good. And then some things that you may learn. So let me see if we can get her in here. And then, of course, tonight we have, for all of you, all you people who entrepreneurs and want to be super successful, we have a show for you tonight. And so we're going to get that ready. All right. How's everybody doing, though? Give me 100 in the chat, or give me a 100 in the heart if you've had a good day. I know they're all good, but all right. I see you. You got to understand that anytime that you get an opportunity to daughter-in-law to be in the house. So, and if I didn't say it before, let me say it now. Super congratulations to All Seasons and Lady Jasmine. They joined Pop's Gym, but they joined together. And for those of you who missed it, they proposed, and now they stuck with. They gonna get married. You stuck now, girl. You's about to be a prat. Lord help you. But yeah, super congratulations to them. And then also, Matt, while you're in here and I'm waiting on my guests to come in really quickly, can you pin the POV? The POV, those of you that have not missed it, man, I'm telling you, pin your page so they can follow you, and y'all gotta go see this. You know, they say the fruit don't fall far from the tree, but when you got something that you just, it's taking the simplicity of it and adding a twist, and just that's what it's called, cutting edge. When you could just stay one step ahead of the competition, doing what everybody else is doing, but you doing it your way. And so you got to go see POV with Seasons. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I just want you to go check it out on your own. It is definitely, tap in every Thursday for a new episode on his page. Okay, there you have it. Live and in living color. Okay. It's called One's POV with C's. Okay, there you go. You heard it first. Soon on YouTube, but you heard it here first on Bob's Gems. CDs available for, they don't even do CDs no more. Streaming on all major platforms. But yeah, that's it's interesting. It's an interesting twist. I see some. Remind me to tell you the vision that I had about that too. I had a vision about that, and it's not so far fetched, but you're gonna like it. So we're gonna talk. All right. So tonight, for all of you fashion gurus, for all of you who not fashion gurus, entrepreneurial people, tonight I have a special guest coming, and I'm waiting for him to come in. Let me see what's taking him so long. Those of you have been following my page, I hope I'm not mispronouncing his name. Yirmeyah Leonard, is that how you pronounce that? And this man is awesome in his own right, as far as if you watch his videos. And I had seen him before, and so I said to myself, I said, man, I gotta get this man on the show. And so we had booked before, and he was going to be on, and then that's when I had an accident and I had to go to the hospital, and so we had to postpone. But we're trying to make that connection now. Y'all know how things go in life, and I'm not making excuses, but when life be life, and you got to be able to flow, you got to go with the flow. But yeah, that Ones with POV with Season, you got to check that out. And for all of you, let me say this while we waiting on them to come in. For all of you who are striving to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, even if it's just your structure on the road to excellence, your foundation has to begin with continuous day-to-day goals that grow into bigger and bigger goals. What do you mean? Why do you think they tell you to make up your bed first thing in the morning? Because then that way you feel like you've accomplished something. You got out of bed, you made your bed. That was the first thing you did. You made your bed. You started out with accomplishment number one. Then what did you do? You went to the bathroom, you brushed your teeth, you washed your face. You know, some of us take showers in the morning, you know. But whatever it is, you had structure, you had routines, because you wanted to accomplish certain levels. Number one, you wanted your room to look clean. You know what I'm saying? My mom used to tell me all the time, make sure that when you leave your room, your house clean, because you never know who you're going to bring home. And when you leave the house, make sure you got a clean underwear, because if you get in an accident, you never know. I'm like, Mom, if I'm in an accident, the last thing I'm worried about is what they think about my drawers. They better save my life. That was just me. I'm just playing. But anyway, the road to success is delegated by consistency and discipline. And so the more goals you set for yourself and the more little goals you achieve, then the bigger goals won't seem that big. you just got to plug away at it, plug away at it, plug away at it, and stay persistent and stay consistent. And then things, your structure and your discipline will pay off, because when you apply those key elements, you're destined for success. So for those of you that are out there, whatever it is that you want to do, you know, some people, let me break it down to you. Some people, it's just an accomplishment to make it back and forth to work, because of, you never know what condition somebody's in. You know, I not just bringing me into it, but my knee sometimes bothers me. It's, you know, it hurts for me to walk sometimes, but for me to get back and forth to work, that was an accomplishment. I made it through. So you got to keep on building on that. Okay, so that's where we're at now. I'm waiting on, trying to see what's going on now. Yeah. I tell you what, Mac, you wanna jump on here and tell them a little bit about the ones real quick while I get Yerimyah in here? I'm asking. You can jump on right quick. Talk to the peoples. Oh, you're not off here. That's cool. No problem. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I guess everybody's out drinking, celebrating Cinco de Mayo, drinking margaritas and tequila and all that salt and lime stuff. I don't celebrate. I don't drink, but even if I did, I don't celebrate the true meaning of the word. The true meaning of the word. You was already thinking, yep, that's what I'm thinking, but it's okay. It's all right. You gotta understand. See that that's why this thing is called recorded, so we can still put down the things that the show must go on. But yeah, I was thinking about that with consistency and structure, and with anything, even with the podcast. When I put them on the podcast, you know, I had to consider, you know, the commitment to every Monday, the commitment to doing the graphics, the commitment to, you know, make sure that the shows were, you know, entertaining, captivating, and things of that nature, and how to stay on the cutting edge. So there's a lot when it goes into success, but and I'm trying to get a hold of Yerimyah, but as he would say, you know, it's all about consistency. It's all about discipline. It's all about you go to one avenue, and if it works, cool. If not, then you go somewhere else, and you keep going till you find your niche. And so you know, if you have certain things that you're trying to get over, you just got to find your target audience. And you know, a lot of it is trial and error. And not everybody, you know, like even in the comedian world, not everybody thinks everybody's funny. But when you find a certain demographic that relates to your style of humor, then you could be prosperous. If you have a universal humor, that's why diversity sometimes is key in certain things for you to be able to say. That saying says, "Jack of all trades, and master of none." I'd rather be jack of all than master of just one. And so, you know, even with that saying, there's a blessing to being able to do more than just one thing. But again, you know, you just got to keep going until, like my dad used to tell me, you find a need and then you fill that need, and you keep going and you do what you do until you find the people that like what you do, and then that's when you key in on it and you hone in on it. Is it taxing? Yeah. Is it, you know, does it get tiresome? Yeah. Do you have heartbroken days? Yeah. You have lonely days? Yeah. Do you feel like everybody abandoned you? Yeah. You have broke days? Oh yeah. But at the end, you just got to keep climbing to the top, you know, not to be so graphic, but Every flower has to go through fertilizer. You know what that is to get to the top. Everything that really grows starts from a dark place per se, and ferments, and it comes out. Cocoons. What is it? Caterpillars cocoon and turn into beautiful butterflies. So you just got to find your niche, and your transformation will come, and you can't stagnate it, you can't rush it, you just got to be ready for it. And what I mean by that is you got to do it till it becomes natural. Then that way when your opportunity comes, then you got to get ready for it, you'll already be ready. Just talking. I'm just talking. I am just talking. Well, I don't know if we're going to get my host, my guest in here or not. I done sent him about 1 million invites, so I'm trying to see what's going on. Hope everything's okay. Yeah. Hope everything's okay. And then my mental health young lady, I don't know what happened. Okay. I'm back. Y'all back? Okay. Here we go. All right. So yeah. So that's those are my thoughts on when you're dealing with as far as the, I don't know about the business aspect of it, like what Yerimyah will probably break down, but to me, as far as wanting to be successful, it has to start from within. You have to want to be successful. You have to want to see yourself, or you have to see yourself, sitting in that chair. You have to see yourself riding in that car. You have to see yourself going to the bank. You have to see yourself, going shopping. You have to see it because it's the vision, and then you'll work towards making that come to pass. You'll make it come to fruition. But you got to see it, because if you don't believe it, you won't push forward. Anything that you try to ascertain, or anything worth having, is worth believing in. You know what I'm saying? Why would you get something that I'm gonna do a show, kind of off topic, but I'm gonna do a show called "What's Better, the Conquest or the Conquer?" There has to be a reason why you chase something. There has to be a reason why you chase something, and so when it comes, when it comes to you got to have a desire. You got to want to do what you do, and then that way, when the opportunity comes, it'll be somewhat easier. But that all falls back into knowing yourself, knowing your mental, knowing what it is that sets you off, your trigger points. Knowing your weaknesses. If you're not good with money and you're in business, get you an accountant, that you can trust, that's going to make sure that you get the most for your business. I was reading today that Square and some other company are taking 8% of of people's money on every transaction, just as a fee. All right, it looks like my friend is here, Miss Brooke. Accepted you. You coming in? There she is. There she is.
Hi.
All right,
Hi,
ladies and
Kim.
gentlemen. She, like I said, introduced herself, present the others. She's been here before, Miss Brooke Bishop, and I told him you came tonight. Mental Health Monday. You're just gonna drop a couple tidbits here. You
Hold
look kind of cloudy.
on. 1 second. I thought my camera's blurry. Hold on.
She left. Should be back. And then maybe we can get Yerimyah in here. Okay, here we go. There we go. She's coming in as clear minds. There we go. That's better.
Okay, is that better? Okay, yes, it's a lot clearer now. Perfect. Yay!
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Long day.
Very long day. Very long day.
Well, like I told the people you was coming on is Mental Health Monday, and you're just gonna share with us some tidbits on some mental health stuff, and I was just paving the way. So I turn the floor over to you. Y'all welcome Miss Brooke Bishop.
So today is well, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. Here at Clear Minds, what I've been working on is a weekly, well, not weekly, but every day I post something about mental health awareness. So Mondays will be Mental Health Awareness Month. So, well, not Mondays. Monday would be Mindful Mondays, and Tuesdays would be Talk It Out Tuesdays. Wednesdays would be Wellness Wednesdays. Thursdays would be Treat Yourself Thursdays. Fridays is Freedom Fridays or Free Yourself Friday. Saturdays is Set It Off Saturday. And then Sunday is Self Care Sunday. So if you follow my page, each and every day I'm posting a post on what's today's day of and what that day looks like. And tomorrow we talk it out Tuesday. So just giving you guys some tidbits on some mental health tips and some awareness that we need to be aware of, not just the month of May, but just overall. So just wanted to make sure that I share that with you guys because it is important that we talk about mental health, especially in the African American community, because I know it's still a big stigma, but it is real. So just wanted to share that with you guys.
Go ahead.
Oh, um, so for suicide, I think I mentioned this at on Sunday with some other individuals. So Sunday, I mentioned about suicide and mental health awareness. I just talked about a little about suicide and what those warning signs look like. I know that we don't believe that people that look like me or people that um, are minorities don't have any mental health issues, especially suicide. But I wanted to give you guys some pointers with suicide. So, like for suicide awareness, here are some tips. Like when someone's trying to give away um, possession items, or if someone is writing a note, or if someone is typically withdrawn for friends and family. If someone is isolating themselves and you normally been communicating with them and trying to hang out with them and they're just isolating themselves, those are some warning signs to look at. Also, another warning sign is like neglecting their physical health, their needs, like hygiene and things of that nature. If they talking very like, oh, I wish I didn't wake up in the morning, or I wish that I would get hit by a car, or just saying any passive suicidation thoughts, you want to be careful when people say things in that nature. Yes, it may seem small, but they're leading up to having ideations and thoughts of wanting to act on it. Doesn't mean they're going to act on it, but it just gives them like that urge, like this is what I've been thinking about, right? Another sign would be for suicide would be hopelessness, not feeling worthy for anything. So you want to look at people who are talking like they don't feel worthy, or they feel very hopeless about living life or wanting to do anything, or they don't have pleasure in any activities. So you want to pay attention of how that person move. I know in 2017 I mentioned this before, but not in front of you guys. But I mentioned this that in 2017 suicide was the third leading cause of death. So I do want to share that and let you guys know that suicide is real. There are people every day that are cannot cope with what's going on. It could be responsibilities, not paying their bills. They could be struggling with someone who they lost a loved one. Not everyone can deal with death very well, especially a parent or a spouse or a friend. Especially like the adolescence age, they really are very prevalent in wanting to like end it all. And that could be overdose, taking pills. It could be a number of things of ending their life very easily. So just paying attention to those signs that I mentioned when someone is thinking or contemplating on wanting to um, end their life or commit suicide. So just be mindful of those little thoughts because we take those for granted. Honestly, we think that people are not serious, but until they're gone. Also, cutting yourself is another one. People cut themselves all the time, but if they cut themselves this way, as I mentioned before, they're not really trying to hurt themselves. They may be seeking out for help, more attention, to get some help. But most people, when you're really trying to hurt yourself, you will cut straight down, right? Because that's where the veins are, straight down. So just being mindful and pay attention to your friends and family if they start talking strange or different, right? Me and you, we may talk like I know a friend. I know if I know you, Pop, if I think that I know you move different after I know you for all these years, and I see that you're acting strange, I am going to check in with you. Versus someone who may not know you, they still need to know the signs and the warning
Right.
signs. Like, okay, well, he seemed a little off. Let me check in. So it's very important that we just pay attention to the signs because we're not exempt from committing suicide. There are African Americans that are committing suicide. It's not as many, but we still are in that population, that percentage that has done so. So don't be afraid to seek out for help. If you don't believe in therapy, speak to a friend that you find you find like you can trust, and that's helpful, and you're in a safe space to talk about mental health, since it is Mental Health Awareness Month. But that's just my tidbit for today. Just giving you guys warning signs of what suicide looks like.
Tell the
Um,
people where they can find you.
you guys can find me at clearminds.therapy. I do have a website, www.clearmindsllc.com. Also, my contact information is all on my website. You can email me through my website, and I am accepting clients as well. So if you are looking for someone, or if you want me to refer to someone or give you any resources like NAMI 211 BIN or 988, it's just so many resources I have that I could just provide along to anyone that may need services. So just wanted to give you that awareness, and those tidbits. Okay.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Brooke. And it's very important that we do keep uh, our friends and loved ones in mind because it's nowadays, especially with the way things are, it's very important that we just keep your head on the swivel when it comes to the loved ones. So we want to thank Brooke for that again. May is Mental Health Month. All right, now, long awaited, the unadulterated, the king of swing, the master of disaster, the entrepreneur, the well-awaited Mr. Yirmeyah Leonard has graced the show. I want to thank you and first and foremost apologize for last time because I know we scheduled, but I had some health issues and I hate to cancel the show.
You don't even gotta apologize for that,
No,
Pops. You good,
no,
man.
yeah,
No.
but I know people's time is important, so I just wanted to say, I know I didn't plan to get sick and all of that, but nevertheless, um, welcome.
Nah, thank you, man. Thank you for the warm welcome. Shout out to in the comments.
Yeah,
Shout out to Seasons too.
yeah.
I see you in there. Shout out to everybody that's in here watching. It's a blessing to see you doing this, and I want to definitely give you your flowers because I'm gonna be honest, just to be real honest, people at your age are not doing this. Yeah. So for you to keep doing this is very, very like good because this will. One thing about the internet is stuff like this don't go away. So we will always be. We all have a day I'm just to leave this earth. But the more content we create is the more we leave back a legacy.
It's
So
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
so
sir. Yeah, it's
congratulations.
funny because I was thinking about that too. I was like, when whenever my time comes, because we all got a bank account. With time, we just don't know when that's gonna run out of money. When it's gonna say, it's
Yeah,
gone. Nope, you can't cash in on no more days. But that, because I got the YouTube self plug, YouTube page, at Pops Gems where every show is on there.
oh, that's
And
fire.
for those of you who know me, because Caesars is my son.
Oh,
Uh,
that's blessing. Yeah.
yeah. So, but those of you who know me, 3 years ago, you'd asked me to be in front of a camera. I'd have been like, nah. And for the young lady that was speaking Clear Minds, I watched her grow up. She's been waiting on this show. She wants to get some information from you too. definitely, because she really wants to promote her. She's a mental health coach, and so she wants to promote her business. But that being said, she know me too, and for over years, I was always behind the camera, and so
Mm-hmm.
started out with blunts and bonnets, of course, True and the Crew, and I used to do little commentaries with them. And it just came into me one day and said, "Look, you need to, you need to step out and do what you need to do." I do audio and sound. That's how I, with Brooke, we went to the same church for over 20 years, and
Mm-hmm.
so all I did was audio, sound. And I wanted to ask you, like, even with I do my own graphics, and
Mm-hmm.
that's something that was self-taught. I never went to school, and so I did that, and I feel like Pop's Gems has really progressed, got a long way to go, but like you said, it's my babies, and I think about it. People say you're that old doing a podcast? Yeah, I even got a look. I even got a medallion. What you talking about?
Man, that's what it's all about. My father, he passed in 2015, but he was making YouTube videos before he died. Like he was making YouTube videos at the age of his 50s and 60s. No, yeah. And he still got videos of this to this day that's up that I still kind of look at. So it's like leaving that behind. Like even me, the YouTube videos, I know my kids. I want them. The internet's gonna always be here, so if they can find a way to look that up while I'm gone.
Yeah,
I think that's a leg. That's more. That's content is a legacy. Like it's gonna be here longer than we. It's like almost like Michael Jackson. His music.
yeah,
It's gonna be around for a long time. So as long as you posting and keep being consistent, then there's no problem. I think that's just a gold mine for people, especially
yeah,
people that's in your family
yeah.
too.
And I want to get where we go with you, but I often one of my inspirations was that through all my life, I look back on my life and I've done a lot. But I always said to myself, I said I could be a talk show host. You watch certain things, you be like, man, I could do that. Man, if he could do that, I could do that. And so I said to myself, I said, you never know. I invested, like right now, we're kind of in between, but I mean, I went and got the backdrops. I got the Brooklyn
Hey,
Bridge. I got the Pops Gems. Blair in the building. I see you. We went and got the Pops Gems. I got the actual gems. I got the vault. I went and invested in the craft because I said, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right. I mean, you weren't here for the beginning of the show when I got a theme song made. Got
hey,
pin.
there
You
you
see the
go.
pin. You see them, right? You
There
see
you
the pins. Got the
go.
pins. And I said, I'm gonna create a brand, and and if for nothing else, it's gonna leave a legacy. I said, but you never know. Somebody might watch the show. Somebody, and be like,
That's
we might
the
need to
power.
give him a show.
Yeah.
We might need to give him his own show because he got that flair. So but why do I do it? It's just for the love of the love of doing it. It's just for the love of doing it. Which brings me to you. The reason I wanted to bring you on the show was because you have a wealth of knowledge, and I know that. Again, thank you because you're high valued. Your knowledge is very easily monetized. But I wanted you to just come on and just tell the people from, say, short snippets of conception to consistency for those that want to start and for those that are starting and may be stuck, how to get out of a rut. Just share some ideology with the people so that, and I'm sure the questions will pop up in the chat, but, you know, um, instead of getting back into, because I know you've been doing this for what? This is what, just 20, what, 2000, what, but 19, 1862.
No, I've been doing it for about around actually 10 years. Actually true on not seasons definitely when me and seasons we used to have that my aunt that knows seasons used to crump with they still crump together and whatnot, but when they used to crump, I used to be in the same crew as Ant. But I met Seasons 10 like way back. And so when I met Seasons, I was doing videos then. I was just doing dancing too, but videos, I was going to the club and I was promoting myself to be in the club, but then also I finally found like a somebody to put me on to the club and I was doing a little photography and videos in the club. So I was doing promotion for the clubs back then. And that was really my first like time actually getting to the point of like helping people brand their companies. but really I started in my bread and butter was around music videos. I started, going down the music video route, helping artists get themselves out with the music videos and their songs and whatnot. But then after that, I trickled into actually going into the clubs, and I started doing helping them promote and whatnot with pictures and videos and stuff like that. And then after that, I went into the corporate ladder around like, and to be honest, I didn't have no degree, didn't go to college for this.
Right.
Just to be real honest, I did not graduate high school for this. Like, just to be truly honest, it all came from me. Nobody wanted to record me dancing. That's really what it came. All of this came from nobody wanting to record me dancing. I think the Most High put me on this route based off of the love of dancing. And then I wanted people to record me dancing, but I was like, dang, ain't nobody finna record me dancing, so I'm gonna have to pick up the camera myself. So I saved up some little side money that I had from this little job I had in high school, I had, the little people that flip the signs and dance.
Yeah.
I used to do and my first job was I was flipping the sign and I was dancing on the side of the road at a metro. And I saved up that money. And once I saved up that money, I got my first little camera from that money. Once I got this is a true story, got my camera, I would do all these little dancing videos in high school. And then one dude came to me after high school and was like, no, during high school, like last year, he was like, dang, you want to do a music video for me? I pay you like $100. And I was like, $100. Back then I'm thinking like, yo, $100 though. That's a lot of money to me right at that time. And I was like, shoot, what I got? And at that time, my brother was more actually in the he's older than me. He's like 2 years older than me, but he was already in college. He had made it to college. I didn't make it to college. But long story short, he had put me on to a video editor called Sony Vegas, and he got the cut version from Line. If you know LimeWire, and we could download this. Yeah, he got me that, and so then at the end of the day, it was like from that day on, I tried my best to sync up how to figure out music, and I did pretty good at it. It was okay, but the dude, he was like, it was phenomenal, but really it was trash. But overall, he was like, yeah, I love it. I definitely he paid me. And then that once I made that amount of money, it told me like, okay, I got to take this serious. And I've been through a lot going ups and downs with it, but now over just consistent. When my dad died in 2015, I ended up going on the road trucking right after that. I used that money off of trucking for 2 years, came back, invested back into myself. Then after that, once I got off the road trucking and invested into myself, then I went back out there and I thought to myself, I was like, why would I go get a job that's not in my skill set? My skill set was the camera. It's either I go get a local job trucking, or get on a skill like the camera because I done invested into this equipment now and put it into myself. So then after that, bro, I really went to I sat back. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I sat back in this chair and I was just gonna apply on Indeed for a regular job. And I was like, it's like the Most High told me, what are you doing? Like, you need to look for a camera job.
Right.
And so
Right.
that time from the time I got off the road trucking till then, I was still going out shooting. I was just shooting stuff just to practice with the camera. I didn't even really care about shooting for nobody. I was just practicing. But I had made literally. I was doing it way back then. And so then what I did was I made a 16-second reel. And actually they had reels, you call reels right now on Instagram, but actually a reel is actually just some amount of content put together so you can showcase what you've been doing or whatever.
Right.
And so now that 16-second reel, it got me my first job. This dude, I applied for a job on Indeed. I told him I was a videographer, put my last work history and all that type of stuff. But they was looking for a videographer. So I sent my little resume in. He was like, yo, you got any videos you can send us? I sent him this 16-second reel. And dude said, come in tomorrow. You got the job. Like, just come in. I need you. We need you. And so that's when it
You
all
knew.
took place. I knew it was like, okay, I ain't even have to do nothing to get this job. This dude, I just literally sent him
Let
a.
me ask you this before it slips my mind. Bruh, all I see every time I go through the timeline is you in a different video. Do you sleep? You got, because every time I turn around, or do you do your own editing? Because every time I turn around, you ain't over here, you over in front of a car over there. You didn't. I said that's a cardboard cutout. It's an AI.
Yeah.
Do you do your own editing?
Yeah, so pretty much both. Every video that you, I would say about 90% of the videos you see on my page are edited by me. But there's another 10% that's probably edited by, I got up to 7 editors that are for my clients. So I got one editor that's specifically for my lifestyle content, because that just takes a longer story driven type of content that's driven by, like, I'll come up with the story, do all the shots, and then I send it off to my editor. I know him for like 3 years. But for my clients, like literally that are paying thousands of dollars, I got a team of like 6 or 7 editors that I send all of that content off with SOPs, so standard operations that they have to go by based off of the stuff that I'm shooting. And so we can make sure that just in quality control, like the content is looking good how it needs to good based off of the camera and me shooting and whatnot. Other than that, everything on my page is definitely, I would say 90% of it is definitely shot and edited by me.
I got a team. I send it to. I from my phone. I shoot on my phone. I just send it to my laptop, my tablet. That's my team, and then
No, bro,
you
that's
know.
hey, yeah, bro. But the crazy part is like that you got these, bro. There's I would say this for the last 3 years, the 40% of my content has been shot by me and edited by AI. So yeah, like a lot of that is edited by AI. And I had actually a dude. The recent videos I've been posting with those high edits, you see like very just quality.
Right.
Those are shot by me purposely to mix with high quality editing with AI. So when you look at them, you're like, my goodness, this is next level quality. It's just quality driven editing with AI and quality shooting. So when you merge them, you're just gonna be like, what the heck? This is on another level of quality. And so that's why I just like it's just pushing the ladder. I'm just trying to push the ladder every time, pushing the
Yeah.
ladder, pushing. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow. Wow. So, all right. So, with that kind of knowledge, you could do classes just on that.
that's it's crazy you speak about that. I got one of my mentors. His name is Dub. He's in ATL. He does funding for businesses and whatnot. Very solid dude. But he told me he was like, bro, he was like the knowledge you got, man. He said every Friday you need to be having a live where you just drop the nuggets,
Workshops,
bro.
B.
That's exactly.
Workshops.
So I gotta get on. I
All
gotta
right.
get
So
on it.
first, since I can sign it, I gave you the confirmation. First
Yeah,
Wednesday. You know.
you know you're
But
right. You
but
definitely
yeah.
right.
And I tell everybody, write a book. Most of my guests, I tell them that because, like you say, documentation is a message that you leave for the future generation. But with what you have, just the knowledge you have, like what you're talking about now, dynamic shooting, in the little field that I have for what I've done, picking up a camera and just clicking is not shooting. You got to know headspace. You got to know, lighting. You got to know, what kind of camera you're going to use. You want to know what shutter speed.
There you
There's
go.
that in
You talking in
itself.
words now.
Yeah, that within itself is intricate. It's just like people say, make a 30-second commercial. It shouldn't take you that long. You don't understand. 30 seconds may not seem long, but it can take you 4 hours to make a 30-second commercial because you got to sync everything.
Yep.
Everything has to fall into play. And if you're a perfectionist, you're not going to stop until you get it
Facts.
perfect. Right at
Facts.
this 30 seconds. Like, you see mine. I don't claim to be a professional by no means. But I think I put up some pretty decent,
Yeah.
I get the message across. I use what I got. But just that in teaching that with the camera, and then for you to mix it with AI, that's another concept that people will pay money for you to teach them.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I'm not saying it's all about the money, but you have a gift, and the gift will make room for itself, and it's gonna monetize itself. People going if you didn't charge nothing, people gonna bless you anyway.
Yeah.
Here, man, you just it helped me somehow.
Yeah.
Here, I just take this. It's gonna happen like that because I also believe, and I teach on the show all the time, the law of reciprocity. When you so good, and whether I don't, and that's not a spiritual principle, that's a universal principle. When you sow an apple, you're gonna get an apple tree. So if you sow good and you do good by people, people are gonna do good by you. And so it's with that, I would love to sit down, man, and be like, all right, teach me how to shoot. But with me, there's like, and I'm sure you'll relate, there's more to me than just learning how to do the video, learning how to do the post. I got a whole show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got yes, I got timing, I got seasonal, I got equipment, I got evolution, I got trademarking, I got logo infringements, I got what I'm gonna do to keep stay on the cutting edge. And when you're a one man show, that takes a lot.
Yeah.
But what I see you do, man, my hat's off to you, bro, because
Thank you,
I'm
man.
like this. Where this? He don't. He's a vampire. He's a clone. Even when they talk about they didn't clone Tyrone, they cloned this
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's actually it's crazy you say that because I'm getting to the point now where I'm actually working with three different AI companies where I'm gonna be slightly cloning my I've been testing it out. I've been testing out cloning myself, and just because it's a lot. I want to be able to post and be able to post more because it's just like the more you post, the more you get seen. It's just like I was looking up the numbers of how many like just last week I was looking up numbers of McDonald's had came out with a new menu, right? And this order that they came out with that they're gonna be giving out. How much did they market it? They spent millions on marketing budgets, like to be seen in front of millions of people. So I think about little old me. It's like what I gotta be doing, especially if I'm talking about it. It's like I gotta walk the walk, talk the talk. Like I can't be out here pumping and fake and just being like, ah, nah, this guy don't know what he's talking about. He just got pretty videos. No, it's like no, I want to educate you and I want to get you to the point. That's why I'm so natural in my videos, is because I don't have a script when I'm talking
Right.
to my videos. I'm telling you like experience, and I'm telling you what I've learned that I have taught or I've learned through somebody else that's already killing it.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, it's like when you do all of this though, and like even you, like one thing that's why I can you hats off to you too, and give like I give you your flowers, because a lot of people they just don't want to do the one thing of just being consistent. Like it at all, even if you don't know how to shoot nothing, I tell people you don't know how to open up your camera and you don't know the lighting or you don't know nothing like that. If you can't just be consistent, then I don't. I'm gonna be honest. That's the bread and butter. Like if you really want to do something, you could just be consistent and win. That's
Mm-hmm.
truly about what it where it comes. If you, people can be disciplined and consistent, and I remember this a dude told older cat told me this one time. His name is Les Brown, big speaker. He told me
Heard of
this.
him.
Yeah, yeah. I met him once, and he told me this that when I was actually the year after I left high school, he said, and it stuck with me. He was like, consistency and patience will get you anywhere you want in life, and that literally has ran with me. That's why you see me show up so much, because I'm just like it be in my brain about, did you post today? Did you do something today? Did you go that other one? At least take 1%, like go a higher 1% than you did yesterday. And so that's really what bees in my head the whole time when I'm creating and whatnot. And I got this little story. I know you probably seen it with the Lambo and me talking in the car. Now we're creating me and my cousin. We're creating this like short film that's based around telling my story from the ground up. So
Mm.
like I have all of this content. Like I got a storage around 20 terabytes of just of
Content.
just yeah, so now it's time to like I'm trying to get to the point where, and this is the first time me saying this like on live, but what we're doing
You
is
heard
we're
it
creating a
here first
story.
on Pop's Gems.
Yeah, no, hey, no facts, 100%. Because right now, what we're doing is we're creating a story around this, and we're implementing the story of how we got to this point. And I'm working up with a dude in Ohio with his clothing brand. He's his name is Doc. He's good killing it right now in his clothing brand and whatnot. But he has a connection to Tubi where we want to take all of like 90 minutes worth of content. We're gonna tell a story, and then he's gonna get me connected to Tubi to put this on a platform and really take it to that next level. So that's
Wow.
really what it's.
Well, the the thing that and I look and I see the gravitational pull was the positive energy, but I'm like, this man has the look. He look good in front of the camera. He has the intellect. He's walking the talk. You know what I'm saying? He's presenting an inspirational platform because you do it with simplicity and humility, which is another thing. Being consistent without being
Thank you.
braggadocious, because in that way, like I say, the Grand Canyon wasn't formed after it rained one time. It took a long time, but the impact is now a monument that everybody remembers it by. So you, like you say, you got to stay your course. but you're definitely on the cutting edge. And you know, I just hope that and pray you get nationwide, if not worldwide, recognition for what you do. And like I said, if nothing else, your gift is made room for you to teach people how to get, because you know everybody got to look back at one point in time, and when you look back to remember where you came from, those that are truly humble will remember their stepping stone, and they'll give their flowers. So but you did it with like you said, you're not just out here talking about it,
Yeah.
you're doing it. You know, you're shooting, you're getting where, you know, yeah, I might not have, or people might not have somebody that can shoot their, editing to. But like you said, every Monday they coming on and they getting better, and then little by little, and you see the progress, and you see the consistency, and you see something keeps bringing you back. Is what I'm saying.
Big
And so
facts. Yeah.
faithfulness is going to play a big key, and then it'll open up. Like I said, I look back now, man. I'm like season 2, you know, episode 22. I'm like, you know, and every week I'm like, what's next for Pops Gems? What's next for Pops Gems? But I had a good friend of mine came and told me, he said, man, it's you.
Yeah.
He said, it's you that what you have, people want to hear what you have. And I'm like, why do you say that? They said, because it's coming from a place, you know, of wisdom. You know, I consider myself, I don't consider myself no old cat. But God has blessed me to be around and see some things and really wish well for people. But back to you. Even at that, I say you're an inspiration to let me know that, hey, you know, you just got to keep pressing, believe in yourself, and that's what I get from you. So now somebody wants to start a business, like for example, Clear Minds Therapy. She's starting out, young lady. What would you suggest for her to do to draw clientele, to draw people to that aspect?
The first thing is literally telling your story about what you're doing. And don't sugarcoat nothing. Be as authentic on the camera as possible, because now we're at a time where we used to sit down as a family and watch in front of the TV and see commercials. And it should be a fun thing to see good commercials, and it used to be a fun thing to see a good story. Now we're at a time where people are broken up in families and they're watching their phones. And so the reason why I'm saying that is like people are so sucked into their phones that they can see the real you before you even see uh the lie that you're telling somebody, probably. And like when people go live, or people go they'll make reels real quick, and they'll be in their egos when they're doing that. And when they're creating, they're not being them. And I say, when you create, it has to come from an authentic place, from the heart, because when it comes from that heart and that authentic place, people are naturally going to feel that through the camera, and that it's going to reach, like Instagram is going to reach you to the right people. Like the platform is so strong, where even when you think you might see a person they might be in the same industry as you and they got 1 million followers. Don't look crazy because they got 1 million followers. No, you need to be worried about keep talking to the people. The reason why is because we're at a time right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, it's not about followers and subscribers no more. Yes, on YouTube they can make you money, but when I'm talking about for reach, to reach the people you want to work with, it doesn't matter no more. Like the content will reach if you're talking to the right people in the right manner.
Right.
And if you keep doing that, I've seen people blow up literally uh like over, to be honest, overnight. I've seen one dude, my boy Luke, he's from Orlando too. He's a model. He does multiple things, but one time he had came to me a long time ago asking me about content and how do I do this and do that. I was like, bro, you already got it, bro. And I was like, you just got to be consistent and stay consistent on TikTok, because he was trying to blow up on TikTok. Bro surpassed me on TikTok now. He has over, like, I got 45,000 followers. He got over like 200K. But he just got consistent. He kept doing it, and boom, he hit. And so then I had another boy. I was like, he wanted to get past 1,000 mark. I was like, bro, you already got the look. The ladies love you. You need to just freaking just keep posting, bro. Just keep posting. Boom, he did it. It's like the mind frame of like these numbers psych us out.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be honest, if you were to just be you and be consistent, the lady that she that's looking for this answer, all she has people about to educate them. And I guarantee if you just do that and keep showing up, it's going to work because the AI in Meta is so strong that it will literally gravitate the people to you and you don't have to worry about it. But it only works if people see that you're authentic. Like it only works. Like if you being fake, I'm gonna be honest with you,
It ain't
it's
gonna
gonna
work.
reach out to and and you might blow up with 1 million views off of something that is not truly you, but you're not gonna make the money you want to make because the people you might have people in India, Europe, and all of these different continents that are watching you, but they're not buyers. They're not people that are invested in what you're talking about. They're just invested in what you did, probably for dancing or probably for making them laugh. So that's why all entertaining content isn't the right content. We want to be talking to our direct audience so then we can gravitate these people in and then offer them something based off of what that is to be a part of us.
Cool. Get these nuggets, y'all. Get these nuggets. I should have did it the show with the vault. So we could just store them. I'm going back. Y'all got to work with Pops. We definitely get back where we need to be. Okay, so consistency and stay before the people. Um, what financial? What allocation? Because I know you talked about you had one company. You talked about funds were allocated. What are some of the primary what are some of the primary financial targets that you want to do as a startup? What do you want to more invest your money if you follow what I'm saying?
I would say when it comes down to it, first of all, we want to make sure that we get funding. If you're using your own capital, if you got, you saved up from a job, if let's say if you couldn't even get, I'm gonna just break it all the way down. Even if you couldn't even get funding, I'm gonna start from right there. And you like your credit shot right now, but you still have a job. You're still making that type of money from a job. If you could save up, let's say if you had anywhere from if you're a upcoming lawyer or all the way to if you're selling lemonade on a lemonade stand and you would want to be the best lemonade person out there. I would say this: if you're trying to make some money, the first thing I would do is come up with 30 pieces of content and then set aside $300 to $500 a month to get you some local ads to you. And I'm not talking about boost to post. You might see the little boost to post thing on your little thing. Don't do that because that's gonna waste your money. To be honest with you, that's just a play that Instagram and Meta's doing just to get you money in your pocket. If you really want to get people to you, you want to go in Ads Manager and you want to actually set up an ad that's based around visit my profile so people can follow you based off of what they see in that video when it's an ad. And the reason why if you do that for $300 to $500, you're definitely going to get people back to your business. And once you do, you're going to strictly go once they follow you, my this is a very good gem. Once they follow you, I automatically start doing what? Talking to them. Because the video that I got running as an ad is it's an ad. I'm showing them like, yo, my name is Yirmeyah Leonard. I got, offer where for $1,000 I'll make you this amount of videos and I'll help your business do this, blase blase. And then I keep that ad out there running. Once they hit my page, they're gonna see all that content. That's why I told you make 30 pieces of content. So it's trust. It creates
Right.
trust, and then from there, once they follow you, DM them, hit them back. Hey, I saw you follow me. Did you follow me from my ad? More than likely, they're gonna say yes. I love the ad. And then from there, start a conversation and get them paying. And what I mean by that is get them on a call some type of way and show them what you have to offer them because they're there for a reason. They're not just there for content. They're there because they saw what you were talking about in that ad and they want to be a part of it.
It's funny you say that because when I first started this and I wanted followers, but it wasn't like I wanted followers. I just wanted people to see me. Everybody that joined, I would go to them the same night and give them, hey, thanks for following, whoop de whoop. Much more to come on, boop boop boop. Thank you, Pop. Stay tuned. And there was, I would gain from different because I have a diversity of shows, so I brought on different kind of people, but I would glean from each one. And so to me, my thank you makes room for more, as they say. It's very a good friend of mine says that it's very important that you show gratitude for people to spend time because time is something that like we said, we don't know when we're gonna run out of it. And when somebody gives you your time, that's a precious commodity. and so you should be considerate of that. Let's break it all the way down to uh, uh, what you do for dummies type book. So 30 pieces of content, you want to do this, you want to set that up. What if the individual that's doing this just doesn't know how to do all that? Is there a place or is there somebody that they can hire that'll shoot the 30 pieces of content, that'll put the commercials together, that'll get them camera ready? You see what I'm saying? Do you do?
If they, so I have a course that is out already, and it teaches this. It teaches you where to go, it teaches you everything that you need to know. Uh, you can literally start if you don't like if you wanted to hire me, obviously hire me. But let's say if you couldn't hire me, I'm gonna be honest. You have a phone in your pocket, you can start making content. And so what I always tell them that like I can teach you literally based off of just starting on your phone. And so what I did was I came out with a course that I was gonna do for $300, but then one of my mentors, actually two people that I look up to, said, "No, drop it all the way down to like $27. Just give it all away for just the lowest amount." The reason why is the content it's so high value in there, but it's gonna make people take action.
Right.
And that's the thing. Sometimes we have a lot of courses now that are out. It's like the courses be like 2,500 or 5,000, and people don't even go through the whole course. It's because they don't even have the time to, or they don't feel like it's valuable enough based off of the money that they spent sometimes, or it just might be too much because a lot of people overwhelm them. So what I did was I was like, one dude told me he makes literally 6 7 figures a month, but he told me he's like, yo, drop the thing down to like $27 and just make it enough where they can comprehend it and it can get them to take action. And in this course, all it is talking about what type of cameras you need to buy, how you need to set up your phone, how you need to get the right lighting, the mics you need to have, how you need to speak on camera, how you need to position yourself on camera to look like the authority, how you need to also frame yourself. All of this stuff that encapsulates when it comes to building content and starting is in this course.
Okay.
Right now, I'll give you some gems off back, just understanding when I started this live. If you notice, the lighting was messed out. I consider this as not perfect, but I turned off the lights in the background. I put this green light over here. I put a key light on me. I do all this because I have to represent what I'm talking about.
Right, and I was gonna say that. I was like, when you be on this, sometimes you have an afro, sometimes you do this, you do that, and all those props. But it's an illustration of what you're talking about. I see it. I see what you're saying. Like
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying, yeah.
Yep, yep. And I would just say for the average person that's willing to start and wanting to start, your easiest route to start is getting by a window in your apartment or house, letting the light shine on your face, and tell a part of your story in a 1 minute interval.
Mm,
And I don't care if you say the uhs, the ahs, I don't care about none of that stuff. Just say what happened in that situation or get across the message that you're trying to get across and just be in some good lighting. And you can do that strictly with just having a window right next to you. And if you
wow.
do that consistency, as much as the sun comes up, if you do that as much as the sun comes up, you will get somewhere. It will get you, I'm gonna be honest, it will get you some money in your pocket. One guy told me this a long time ago too. He said, you are one video away, one piece of content away, one message away from it changing your entire life. And so I took that and ran with it. And so that's another thing that really got me to that point of just like, I don't got nothing to lose. Like I gotta show these people and I gotta educate them because I was already in it. Like I've been doing it for 10 years. If I don't educate, I feel like that's a disservice to humanity if I don't tell people about the gift that was given to me. So yeah.
And that's what you do now. Strictly is that's how you support your lifestyle
Yes,
through.
full time, like director, full time, really in the trenches with businesses, growing them, building their brands so they can get more leads back in the door. The whole point is to get their brand out there to the point where they can literally take their brand and without me. A lot of people like to be attached to a business
Yeah,
for a contract worth of time. When you work with me, I do not do that. I used to do that in these other companies, but I stopped doing that for the reason of like, why should I need more money from you if I should be teaching you one time and it should be so good that it can get you to move and do it? Now, if you
and
come
that's it.
back to me, Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I might charge you a fee to come back to me. And what I mean by that is to like, if you ask questions, I always ask questions for free. But if I have to fix something and we have to do something again, I'm gonna charge you for that. But I should be telling you that first time to get you to act and move, and you need to start putting your brand out there so you can start making money.
Comfort zone,
There's
dependency relationship.
yes,
They feel comfortable around you. They don't want you to go. You're their safety net.
yes.
But you want to teach them how to fish, not feed them for
There
attention.
you go.
I'm with
Yes,
you. I'm with you.
yes. You
You
already
heard it here
know.
first on Pops Gems. I'd be applying for the consulting
Yeah.
position.
That's right, Pops. No, you right, man. Like I was always
But
taught, like you gotta get them out there off that ledge like an eagle do, bro. You gotta drop the bird out there and let them fly.
yeah,
Because if you don't, it's like, what am I having you here for? Not to be mean, but it's like you gotta grow.
that's true. That's true. Anything, and that's why I say, great leaders make great leaders.
That's true. Yeah, that's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? Because if I'm a great leader, then I want you to be better and take what I taught you and enhance it. My son is in the chat. Seasons he'll tell you. He was like one time he said, "Dad, when I grow up, I want to be like you." I said, "No, you don't." I said, "I want you to be better than me. Don't be
Right.
like me. Be better than me. Take what I've learned, what I've shown you, and capitalize on that, and excel and expand on that. Throw away that which is bad. Keep that which is good." And build a more even solid foundation instead of rebuilding it, fill in the cracks and keep on moving, and I got my core group of supporters that follow. Gotta be selfish a little bit. Pops Gems, what do you talk to me about that? Give me a little what you think. What do you see? What can Pops do to maybe tweak it or give me and hey, I don't wear my feelings on my sleeve. So
I say, I'll tell you this. Your biggest thing is, first of all, I'm gonna tell you the first thing is keep being consistent like you always are. Keep doing that. The second thing is what I would do is these stories that you're telling, start doing reels. Like you're telling me these stories right now that you have this knowledge and everything. I feel like I feel like I look at you as like an OG. I look at you like really deal as my pops to that pass. And so what I would say is the 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 generation that you are like, you have so much wisdom. If you could get that out in a 1 minute time frame, like just even if it's just a sub, like a word that came up in your head during the day, and you was like, dang, that reminded me of that story, and you just told it on the camera. So while you're doing these lives and you're being consistent with these lives, that you start making 1 minute reels, just 1 minute. If you could just time yourself for 1 minute long and just tell a story. And even if you cut it off after 1 minute and just leave them on a cliffhanger, do it. The whole point is, the reason why I'm saying that is because reels right now is like the highest reach. And I believe what you have going on right now is so strong because you're consistent with it. You're just going to start to reach more people based off of reels being the highest part on this platform. And all in all, those people that see you, they're gonna start looking at your content and they're gonna be like, yo, how can I be a part of the podcast? Or how can I get on this talk show that you got? And these are people that have never seen you before. And as I say, I think if you just keep doing that, but actually being on reels, just literally being on reels and doing your thing on that and telling your story, it's gonna impact more people, more people. I had one lady that she was in like the medical field. Well, no, she did like spas and stuff like this. And she told me, she was like, well, I want to do like, she was telling me like, I want to do this and do that and do this. And I was like, well, first of all, I want you to just tell your story. And I'm gonna do everything on my end to perfect that on camera, and so we can make you look like the person we need to make you look like. She was paying me around $1,500 to do that. Monthly, we would create around 20 reels, 20 to 25 reels, right? And so I was like, you don't want to start on camera with your phone, so you're gonna start with me. I'm gonna pay you this, you're gonna pay me this, and we're gonna just do this work together. And after a month of working with her, she had a video. It was just literally her telling her story about because she worked with skincare and stuff. She was telling about her journey of how her skin like got better over time based off of how she was eating and stuff like this. But it was a natural, authentic story.
right.
Hit 56,000 views on her Instagram. And so before, when she before when she had first got to me, I was like, I always ask everybody this. I was like, if you blew up tomorrow, how could you service the people that followed you based off of what you blew up on? And I was like, she didn't answer. The next she didn't know. I was like, well, to be honest, you always have an offer. So tomorrow, if you make a video on Reels and it blows up, and I always tell people this, how could you service the young cat from Chicago or the young cat from LA that followed you based off of the story you told them? How could you be like, dang, how could I service these people? Or not to per se make money off of these people, but how can I have an offer out for these people to be a part of what I'm doing? And not just the podcast, what you're doing, but an actual offer that you can get paid and you can also help them out. It's always a one-on-one. And a one-on-one is just a one-on-one call. You can be a coach, you can be a consultant, and you know these things already. But and that can all be handled through a DM. This lady got on stage and she made 6 figures without a website. All she was doing was doing all of this through social media. The people would come to her Instagram. She would hit them up in the DMs. They would get on a Zoom call. They would talk about what they needed. She would help them out, and she would only be paying, and they would only be paying her like $100 an hour or something like that. But it raised up over time because she started picking up traction and whatnot,
Yeah.
and her price went up. But overall, what I'm saying is the knowledge that you have, I would definitely like to see you just post probably more on Reels and a 1 minute interval, or even just 2 minutes, and get out your story even more while you do this, because I believe you have a story that's so impactful. That's, it's people that, the waves, these waves, the internet waves is so far. We can touch people that are overseas. We can touch
Yeah.
people here. It doesn't matter. So yeah.
Yeah. The ripple effect. I talk about it all the time. Bruh, listen, we can go all night.
Yeah.
We can talk forever. I'm humbled, and I say that not for fanfare, but it's something when you come to Pop's Gems and drop gems. Went into my vault and stole some gems and dropped them. I ain't mad. But I look at it this way: you gave me big gems. I'm gonna break them down into little gems. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to all of those of you who joined. Clear Minds. I hope you're still in the chat. I hope that he gave you some definitely good nuggets. Living like Blair. I know her sister's a school teacher, was in there. Shout out to them. Post where people can find you outside or just Instagram.
Instagram, I always give out my Instagram no matter what. That's where all my work is.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be honest, I'm on every platform, even the new platforms. I'm on TikTok, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Lemonade, I'm on whatever the social media platform I'm on there. You're gonna see me. Just look up my name. You can DM me on any other of these platforms. I'm gonna hit you back up for sure.
Cool. Yeah, so for those of you, again, thank you so much for the comments you gave Pops. Definitely going to take it to heart. It's something that definitely got to look into to promote the show, because I wanted to be around for a long time. You got to come back another time, chop it up about something else.
Nah, I gotta
Thank
get
you
you
for
on. I
sharing
gotta
your
get you on my
story.
show.
Yeah, thank you for sharing the story. And when you get big time and you need to hire somebody that has Pop's qualities, drop me a line. I'll still do the show on Mondays.
Nah, I got you. Hey, what I was gonna ask you is, you got to get on my show. I got a show called the Exclusive. It's just I hold it at a podcast, and it's a podcast area through one of my clients. He got a podcast studio. I'll
Okay,
hit you up about it. Definitely would like to have you on there. I just be so busy, so I gotta like rent it out at a specific time.
let
But
me
when I
know.
do, I definitely got you. We'll chop it up for a good hour.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me know. I'm humbled, man. I'm humbled. Okay, yeah, Clear Minds is on there. If you, like I said, if you know anybody needs a good mental health coach, we all need somebody to talk to. Uh, Reach out to her, send them her way. Other than that, as they say in church, all hearts and minds are clear. Shout out to the B&B crew. They'll be here tomorrow night. True is in the building. Make sure you tap into them. They just got True with SB. Anomaly was good. They did the artist last week. Of course, they got some stuff coming up. Seasons is doing his thing. You see in his show. So definitely congratulations to him and to all of you. We love you with the love of loving. Hug on somebody, tell somebody something positive. You never know, that might be the only hug they get, the only positive thing uh, that they hear. And remember that at one point in time you was down, somebody lifted you up. We're gonna do some more work, bro. I'm gonna get with you behind the scenes. I might, have to pick your brain. I got a couple pennies saved up, so I might be able to afford you for a little bit. But anytime you want to come back to the show, you're welcome. Other than that, this your boy Pops Gems, Pops Perspective. Yirmeyah Leonard, the one and only, the guru of knowledge. If you need to get with him about anything, he'll get you where you need to go. Till next week, peace.
Peace.